Folks, what the crap's going on? Welcome back to Grand Cathay. Air the Salt Dragon here, and we're going to be continuing our Great Cathay campaign. I love how the maw, got that nice big deep maw there. Just noticed that on the map. Anyway, so we beat Kolek. We were pushing forward. He had another army actually back here by the Valerie, and I don't see it now that the turn ended, which is curious. They may be waiting for us to try and get damaged or something else like that, and then hopefully go past us, or they got scared and took off running the opposite direction towards their settlement. Another very real possibility. I don't have an agent to come scout ahead of me at the moment, so not really sure what the case is there. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the Snake Gate. It's going to take up a bunch of our money. We remain in perfect harmony for multiple turns here, which is pretty impressive coming from me, as usually anything is, I'm usually anything but perfect harmony. I'm gonna push these two armies forward.
Shall please the dragons. Many feet, one purpose. Rations will
I can
be
keep them
provided.
within reinforcement range of each other and get them both into better territory for replenishment, because the forest is absolutely awful in terms of replen. I've got another army that's moving forward. I'm going to put it at Knobbly Gorge to kind of help hold. This army is looking pretty potent. Some people are mentioning that Miao Ying needs an army update. She does, but it's so late into the campaign, and it's going to take me so many turns. I haven't messed with it. Now, you all are saying that she needs an upgrade, and in some ways she does, but look at the stats on these units. Like, yeah, the weapon strength on the Jade Warriors is pretty crappy, but they got 67 defense and 80 leadership, 80 armor, a good shield. Look at the crossbows, though. 200 range, 67 damage, 45 on a standard crossbow, 200 range. I mean, is her army extremely potent? No. I mean, it could certainly use some oomph to make it just like a doom stack, kind of like the others are, but she's not exactly walking around weak either. You know what I mean? Like, she can hold her own at the moment. So let's see. We got some unassigned skill points for our Caravan Master. I would like to do the one that reduces ambush chance, because ambushes be bad. I'm pretty sure that caravan's going to die regardless, and it is all a moot point. Let's end our turn. I'll save some money and then continue to do some buildings throughout Grand Cathay. Well, let's see what we get here, though, on the turn end. We have, I think it was like 15 settlements left that we need to either raise. Sorry. Yeah, I think raise, sack, or conquer. I think it has to be one of those three in order for us to complete the campaign. And we have quite a few in our immediate path here, so I don't imagine we're terribly far from victory, but that also kind of depends on what's behind the fog of war, right? We can add an empire captain, sure. Let's do that. Alright. Ambushers discovered. That Beastman tribe just keeps coming back for more punishment. I guess they enjoy it.
I think only of the great bastion.
Alright, let's surround here.
Suffer the tempest.
And then I'm going to move this army up.
My purposes. Witness my
Alright, we're going to take the Valerie.
The Emperor loves
There's another settlement towards victory.
the defensive parameter.
And Granite Spikes is off there in the distance. And of course, there's other settlements that we're going to run into here. The Challenge Stone is also owned by Kolek. I don't remember where his starting point is. We're close to it. It could be the Challenge Stone. I don't remember. It's Dragon's Death. It may be up here somewhere. I don't know. Kolek's starting point is somewhere in this neighborhood. Cloak of Pomei. Power recharge plus 60% when out of melee. Alright.
Miao Ying.
So the Valerie. I've been putting in these buildings that kind of help balance a little bit, but if I'm going to build something here, I'm going to have to build something to balance it elsewhere. So let's see, for instance, if I come in here, really this is the building that we need here. It improves replen rate and gives us some growth. So let's see if we can find a place to build a Yang building to try and keep us in balance. And that is a good question, whether or not we have something that's ready to be in that position. Right here we could, at Ironstorm on the eastern steppes. Yeah, we can build pretty much whatever we want here. I mean, it'd probably be good to have some recruiting there, but it's not the end of the world because I'm probably not going to be doing any recruiting from there anyway. We can put in this building here some Yang income. So see, right there, that'll balance. So now I don't have to worry about what I installed at the Valerie. I will go ahead and upgrade that settlement because it's going to take many, many turns to complete. Let's do the same here. Just start upgrading some settlements. All right, let's go take a look at our army in Vampire Land. Yeah, the vampires fell back from their position. I guess they figured it was untenable to be facing 2 of my armies. I hope they're not laying an ambush right here. Oh my gosh. Okay, it's just zombies. That one's got a few decent units in it. Again, a couple of decent units. 2 Terrorgeist is not a bad deal for them. So yeah, I mean, there's some decent units mixed in, but I don't think they're getting through the 2 of these armies. And honestly, I've got the 3rd one here as well. So the Vampire Corruption is finally falling out here. Haunted Forest is probably going to want to rebel. I'm going to just go ahead and move up here with this next army too, might as well. We need to put as much pressure as we can on the vampires. I've got 3 stacks coming up there. The vampires are not going to be liking life as we really pour on the pressure. Let's see, the Iron Dragon needs to replenish. And let's see, this army can come check out Amble Peak and see what we find. I mean, it could be a Skaven settlement, but it is not, so we're going to colonize it. I'm going to let my...
The Iron Dragon.
I'm actually going to go ahead and give this over to
Windshaper.
The ogres. They ought to like me pretty good by now. I've literally handed them back their entire kingdom, so you're welcome.
Listen to what Gracer says. You'll be fine.
Oh, I'll be fine. Thanks for the reassurance, Croesus. Let's propose that offer. Alright, so we have recreated our ogre client state for the most part, given them quite a bit of their territory back. And these armies should replen, honestly, probably maybe a smidge better while this is under ogre control than if I had them under my own control. Looks like Grimgor is putting together some armies up at Karakazorn, so we'll probably make that our next target with those armies. And then again, we've got these armies pushing against Chaos. Honestly, we really kind of need another army as well in order to be able to kind of face the fact that one army is going to have to go up this way at least, and usually these armies need to operate in pairs, and I don't have a pair of armies that I can send that way. So this could get a little bit problematic for me in terms of trying to fend things off, but we have to extinct Kolek, and we may have to split up. It's not ideal, but may just be the way that we have to do things. So let's see here. Dragon-blooded Shugengen Lord. I mean, we do need Lightning Strike. Lightning Strike's pretty important.
A gift from my ancestors.
Like, this army is like literally not replenishing at all.
I stand apart.
When it isn't ours, they do replenish. The replenishment thing is a little bit too extreme on the red provinces, in my opinion. CA needs to back off of that just a little. I say a little, like, I mean, I don't know what the numbers are and what they should be changed to, but I agree that replenishment should be trickier. Growth should be slower. I think that's totally fine. Control, yeah, sure, that could be a challenge. All that kind of stuff. Even the longer build times, but the replenishment is just a little too much here. Like, it's minus 15%. That should be, you know, maybe half of that would be perfectly fine in terms of making it slow to replenish, but not making it kind of utterly ridiculous like it does do all the time. Alright, let's see. We need to end our turn and keep trying to snatch some new territory. We are about to get into a big brawl with the vampires. They're either going to back up and let me have their territory, or they're going to stand their ground, and we're about to get into a big ol' fight. And if it is a big fight, then I'm here for it. I hope you all are here for it. I like those big fights. Let's see what the caravan does. Nope, they did not attack, and I'm not surprised. No attacks from our immediate enemies, except for these guys who keep coming into my lands from who knows where, just appearing and getting killed over and over again. I don't know how their faction hasn't been extincted, but maybe it's just one that spawns or something. I don't know. There we go. Be gone, please. It looks like the Bastion threat is building up, and we probably will want to have an army here to face that. Plus, like I said, the other things that can come through here. So I'm going to go ahead and start building some troops with this character here. So it'll be a couple turns of infantry, and then some global recruitment. Let's get a couple of crane guns. So there we go. After 2 turns, we'll have some units started there. All right, Kolek is back. He wants a piece of me in round 2. Battle in the Kolek Dome. I'm going to move this army forward. He's got some allies back here, but they are not in position to support him. Kolek is in an encampment, so he could run away potentially when we attack him here, which honestly wouldn't be a bad move for him. But I don't know if Kolek is the running type. Apparently he is.
My siblings conspire against me.
So this is going to get a little bit tricky here.
In the blood.
We're not replenishing much. Oh, yeah. This just actually got a whole lot dicier. Are these guys at war with Kolek? Ecstatic legions.
So I can use them as a lash to flay your soul.
They are at war with the Ecstatic Legion, the Empire. There's Kolek on here, the Fecundites, so they're trade partners with them. I don't see any agreements that they have with Kolek. Maybe they were at war with Kolek? They're not now. Which means that they could come attack me on this next turn, and if I get overextended and start suffering attrition, we're potentially going to get bumped by a couple of these armies. So we're going to have to just stay encamped here and support each other. So these two armies are in behind enemy lines. We got a number of enemies around us, and if we do get into a fight, we're going to have to win convincingly, which I think we can against anything I see over here. But things are about to get interesting there. Let's go take a look at the vampire situation. Looks like we cleaned out a whole bunch of the vampire corruption here, which is great. That should help in terms of having slightly less angry populace.
There is merit in this.
I'm going to attack.
The dragon blooded.
I'm going to move up to this point.
Sent by our ancestors.
And I want to attack with this army because I haven't gotten to use this one yet.
Child of the Nine.
Move up to there.
I will be obeyed.
And then I'm going to attack this settlement.
I demand
and pull all of these into a fight. And then, let's see. So they have a decent garrison, some reinforcements that include a couple of mortis engines, decent cavalry contingent here. Pretty nice one, in fact. They just don't have hardly any infantry. Not that it's going to do them a lot of good regardless. I mean, they are in for an absolute beat down here, and I am keen to deliver it. Alright, folks, the battle's getting underway. I actually positioned myself to destroy the incoming vampire reinforcements rather than focus anywhere else. I'm going to be watching for the critical targets for my crane guns, which is going to be the mortis engines. So I've got the mortis engines targeted. My reinforcements are now on the way as well. I do see some Vargeist over here. I'm going to go intercept them. They're going to try and beeline it for the settlement. And that is mostly okay. I'm going to charge them and then bring in a reinforcing unit. Alright, we caught them on the charge. And Vargeist don't have much armor, so they're going to feel that. Alright, here comes the Wraiths. And let's start pouring it into that Mortis Engine. I'm going to drop down with my leader because that leader's got a bound regeneration.
Fist of the Spirit Dragon!
I've got my Ancestral Guards spawned there too. Okay, we took that out. Let's go pounce on their leader here. Alright, we got rid of the Wraiths there. My reinforcements are just kind of marching onto the battlefield. That's should be okay there. Black Knights, Blood Knights. What am I? Oh, is there a Vampire Tower over? Okay, yeah, there's a Vampire Tower. It's just inside of range. I'm going to go ahead and just kind of charge forward here with my reinforcing troops and finish off the vampires. This wasn't even like the cleanest battle we could get. Look at this, they're pulling through me over here. Rat turds. Knights with lances and barding. Alright, so we're all over their leader. We're going to drop him. Alright, let's go take a look at my reinforcements. Reinforcements are here, and I'm just going to kind of push them forward. Whatever formation they choose to follow theirs. Roughly okay. Okay, another cavalry unit has pulled loose of that fight, and I don't know if it's going to make for the settlement or if it's going to attempt to get my artillery.
Rocket battery!
Looks like it's just going to run for the settlement. Not totally surprised there. Alright, we are just kind of putting the finishing touches together on this beatdown.
I shape the winds!
Do a little bit of heals, a little protection. I've got magic attacks on my Shugengen Lord, so try and use that to my advantage here. Okay, the vampires, I don't believe they have any flyers left, so I'm going to move in my own flyers to go after their towers. Alright, the battle's getting underway. I actually started my army over here on the side of the map where I'm going to be facing the enemy reinforcements first. And then I will focus on the vampires that are in the settlement. So that's where all my attention's at the moment. I'm going to wait for those. Yep, there's the Mortis Engine. I'm going to target it immediately with the Crane Gunners, and I'm going to go intercept these Vargeist. They are probably going to make their way towards the settlement. And let's get an Ancestral Warrior summoned up right there. And then this Shugengen Lord is going to have good attack. Good magic attack, I should say. And so do the Sentinels. So I'm going to pull them on over. Go ahead and attack. Oh, crap. I didn't get to the Vargeist in time. They got past me. I think I can catch them, though. There's a Fellbat back there as well as a tower, so I won't want to forget about my guys for too long. Ah, whatever. They already got past me. Just come back here and kill the enemy lord. So, accidentally let them get past me. Shouldn't be the end of the world. Let's get our Shugengen Lord. Good Dragon's Breath right here. That'll be pretty valuable. And we are blasting out the Mortis Engines. Target this one now. There goes their leader. Wow, my own rockets are killing my own units. Whoops. Let's not do that. Let's not do that, please. Okay. We are mostly done here. That was my Ancestral Warrior that's routing, so no big deal. I'm gonna put the heal down right here and go after this Banshee. Why can't I target myself? There we go. Okay. Alright, hopefully we'll stick it to that Banshee. There we go. Oh, their flyers did come back out and decided to come face me. Their cavalry came over here and charged me, actually. Wasn't expecting that. I'm going to actually pull this guy a little farther back over here. I'm going to try and get out of this fight with all those skeleton spears. And let's pull those Black Knights over here. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so I've kind of pulled their units where I want them rather than them being where they
Raise
need to
the
be.
dragons.
And that Banshee's getting wrecked by my Shugengun Lord. I don't know what their flyers are doing, like if they're gonna come back for another run or what.
Cavalry.
Alright, those Black Knights are in trouble.
They will
Let's dive down on their Lord again.
They must fall.
We got rid of the character that they had there. Alright, so let's pull this army into position, like say right here.
Of course.
That should work. Okay. Just gotta get rid of the rest of these last few holdouts on this flank. Let's see where these flyers are going. They're probably gonna chase my flyers. There goes their Lord. Nope, they're gonna dive bomb me. That's okay if they do. I mean, I'm ready for them. And I'm not worried about Vargeist. They're not going to do well against Longma. Vargeist don't have any armor, and the Longma do. So that is going to be an unpleasant fight. Oh, no you don't. Oh, no you don't.
We obey.
No, 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 no. Bad vampires. Bad vampires. I mean, actually, they're doing a good job. They're doing what vampires should do, which I guess is why they're bad vampires. Just ignore those skeleton spears. They're not going to accomplish anything of note with their lives. And those Black Knights are going to get shredded by Dragon Guard. Now, what's going on over here? Okay, my Sentinel has found himself a toy.
Marching as a one.
Let's see. Let's get rid of this. This guy should be low armor, the Strigoi. I don't want to overblob on him in case he drops some magic on me, but we are going to take out that Strigoi. And alright, this army is now just literally mopping up the last couple of resistors. They really shouldn't even be alive. But on the legendary difficulty, they can take quite a pummeling and keep on ticking. Speaking of pummeling, let's go pummel down some of their towers. That should help get rid of one of them. I don't know what you're firing at, but that is not without my orders, please. How is this guy resisting this type of beating? Is it just because he's getting knocked around, maybe? I mean, he is surrounded by units that absolutely own him. I don't know if he's just healing at some incredible, phenomenal rate. I mean, he's certainly healing. I wonder if we throw a bunch of infantry into him, they'll cut him up good, because he doesn't have a lot of armor. Okay, see, he took a hit there. Okay. Alright, we've finished everything over here. Let's get this army turned around, kind of brought back this way. And let's take these flyers. And I'm going to go tear down that tower. So yeah, I'm going to start tearing down their towers so they got nothing to fire with. Shouldn't take me too long. It's going to be pretty easy. And the good thing is vampires won't have any range to shoot back at me while I do this. Except for towers, which they just built another one over here. So let's go tear that down. Boy, towers are annoying, aren't they? At first, when the game came out, I was like, yeah, this is kind of okay. These kind of make sense. And then I started to realize, like, early on with the game, while we were still in early access, like, all right, towers need some major nerfing. Then they nerfed them, and I'm like, yeah, towers just aren't fun. So I think I've kind of evolved my thinking on them. I would be okay with some towers being built prior to the battle, and I almost feel like that what you need to make this... I'm glad they added minor settlement maps and stuff back. That means CA is attempting to bring something new to the game. Well, I say it's new to this game. It's not new to older games. And that's what they should be doing. They need to be bringing that type of thing to the game. So I'm glad they did. However, it needed some tweaking. Like many things in Warhammer 3 at launch, tweaking was required. I'm gonna... What are these guys doing? Come here and then there, please. Thank you. I'm trying to make them go around that Strigoi, who is being extremely slow to die. Little Johnny lives a lot.
Seeking Cathay's foe.
Must be his name. All right, so we got rid of more towers.
Dragon Guard!
I'm sure yeah, there's another one already back here. So and there's another one there. So towers everywhere.
Move in formation!
So the AI probably has
Move as the wind!
a bonus to defense points would be my guess.
Thoughts in harmony!
All right, let's push up with some of our infantry, and then we got some
Dragon Guard.
other units over here that will
Defenders of
just kind of start
Cathay.
pulling all these units in. Did we finally kill Mr. Strigoi? We did. Send one of these up either flank, get my leaders pushed up here.
Stone and steel.
All right,
Marching as one.
doing pretty good. All right, this army is now reformed.
Fire in the
Let's push it up
blood!
closer so we can get some work
Ungilded
done.
hoods!
How's Tower Patrol doing?
Dragon Guard!
Gotta skip over here. All right, so we got that tower. Looks like there's about to be another one there in 30 seconds, and they're rebuilding
Defend the realm!
that one. So let's go ahead and attack it. And no doubt there'll be others coming back as well. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're kind of just gonna go ahead and start throwing some units in. These are just skeleton warriors. They're not gonna do well in the fight against my troops, so I'm just gonna start pushing in
Bringing harmony!
to every gap where I can.
Offspring of dragons.
Zhang Yang's faithful.
All right. How we doing over here? So that
Dragon
tower.
Guard!
I don't see a tower back up. Yep, this one's already back.
Positioning.
Attack in unison!
That one's gonna be back in 17 seconds as well. Let's take these two characters and we'll come across here to attack that tower. Okay,
Ready
got
to
it.
rule.
Let's push forward here. We got a unit of Grave Guard coming in, so we'll definitely
Born
want
of dragons.
to use our Sentinel to kind of beat them down a little.
Dragon Guard!
That tower's almost gone. Let's take these infantry and
Never
start
conquered!
infiltrating the
Dragon Guard.
settlement here.
Marching as one!
Actually, I'm gonna just take these
Send Yang
guys
sends us!
over here, and I'll use these two sentinels to tear down that barricade. Another tower down. Thought they were rebuilding one over there, but it looks like they've canceled. Here it is over there. Alright. So this is not much of a fight. We're just kind of grinding the vampires out.
Sent by dragons!
And they are all about to crumble. Little past due, if you ask me, but whatever. Better late than never. But yeah, there goes the crumble. Any unit that's close to one of mine is definitely crumbling away. The others can probably be coerced into crumbling here pretty easily. So like, watch, I'll put a charge in here, and I'll bet you it's gonna do these guys in. Yep, there we go. Maybe. Yep, there it goes. So now they're crumbling.
Yang's faithful!
There we go. That's pretty much getting rid of the rest of them.
Move as wind!
I think they've got like a
Move in
buff
formation!
in one of these victory points back here, so we'll just go finish the crumbling effect.
Dragon Guard!
Alright, so we tear down barricade,
For the Emperor!
and let's see,
Dragon
we
Guard!
got,
Bringing
yeah,
harmony!
those units are now crumbling because we're close, and that should be
Marching as
it. Well, the good news is with vampires, because they lack the missiles, you can be pretty methodical with them. Where you do have to be careful is when they've got like Wind of Death or something else like that, where they can cause significant damage to you. But here, that obviously wasn't the case. I'm gonna appreciate their donation of the scrap towers to the cause of Cathay victory. It's kind of them to vacate it for me,
Victory was
and to fertilize the ground with all their decomposed, no longer animated corpses.
Shugengan
So,
Lord
again,
reporting.
much appreciated. Shattered Stone Bay is going to be next on the list, no doubt, as well as Pig Barter, Flayed Rock, and multiple other settlements that are now in our sights.
dragon-blooded
Um,
Shugengan.
I don't know how many armies we got, but like I can probably come and hold a bridge here. And then I can probably go position this army to get to its next target quicklier. Yeah, quicklier. That's definitely a word. In case anybody was wondering, quicklier is
Safeguard.
a word that only the most Ooh, there's Grimgor coming back for round 2. Yeah, quicklier is a word for only the most of intelligent people like Air, because Air fail English, that's impossible.
Allocate ships as required.
There we go. Alright, well, hopefully we'll get a shot at Grimgor. He probably will go after the ogres here, and then they've got another army in behind me over here, actually. Should be okay. We've got some pretty solid garrisons back here that they're going to run into. I don't think that's going to be a time that they're going to remember with fondness. When those armies reach them, we do have to end our turn here. We have an unassigned skill point. Our dragon-blooded Shugengen here doing very good work. Let's go ahead and do the reassuring presence. And then let's take this Astromancer, finish up Comet, go into Earthing. And got another unassigned skill point here, another dragon-blooded Shugengen Lord. Keep working on reassuring presence.
It is mine by blood rights.
And let's see here. Comet, Earthing, Arcane. Alright. So our armies are gaining some strength. They are a little bit split up at the moment, but I mean, there's 2 vampire armies here that could come to face this one. This army's pretty well equipped. I mean, unless this army is absurdly powerful, this one could come in and join in that as well. So, I don't know. Maybe a little smarter to hold this one back just in case, because I mean, we could get tag team, but I think we'll be alright regardless. Like, it should be okay. And I want to try and get a little more done.
Natural authority.
A little more quickly, so... see what happens. I mean, it's just going to set me back if they get me. It's not like it's going to end my campaign or something, so I don't think we have to be, like, super overly cautious there. And we've got a lot of unassigned skill points here. We earned some points on that last one.
A tool
Get some
worthy
unyielding
of a
there, because the
dragon.
unyielding makes our infantry significantly stronger. Building upgrades are available. We are in a yen harmony, but is that because buildings I've built? But I had another building going to balance that one. Did we... something else? Oh, it's because of what we captured, probably.
Power
Yeah,
in
it's
the
because of what we
blood.
captured at the scrap tower. So... scrap tower... I mean, that building's useful, but not really needed, nor is that one, to be honest. Like, I think I'm just going to tear those down. That'll put me back in harmony. And we'll deal with it on the next turn. So let's go ahead and end our turn.
Shugengan Lord reporting.
I didn't know that they were going to move the opposite direction there, but whatever.
You are deemed worthy of
What up,
our
Greasus?
assistance.
I'm not joining your war there. That was the whole reason we ended up in a bad position, and I had to hand you your country back in the first place. So I'm going to be the one making the decisions about the wars we're fighting, not the ogre. So you just focus on the gut. I'll take care of the strategy and diplomacy. That's how we're going to have this alliance work. Alright. Let's see if we get attacked by any of our enemies in this one. Grimgor's Ardboys did not come up. Caravan of Blue Roses. Ah, I figured they might strike. Oh, no, this is a different place. Ruins and Marsh. Region. Ruins and Terrain Marsh. Oh, it's our caravan. Ha! Well, rest in pieces, sweet caravan. We barely knew thee. I knew that caravan wouldn't be long for this world. So this army does end up getting caught out, and the vampires did have multiple more armies around. I could retreat and see if we can end up in a better position. I don't know which direction we'll retreat. We didn't go back towards our own armies. So we're up against 3 vampire armies here. One of them is just all zombies and Helmengorst. I mean, they have a decent number of tough units, but I also have a lot of halberds, and I just... as long as we can focus fire some of these key units, like my cannon, for instance, can work the knights, and then my gunners can work on the Terrorgeist and stuff. I mean, my Longma Riders should be able to intercept it too. I mean, we can probably win. It's going to be a long fight, though, and it would be best suited for me to take this on first thing in the next episode. So hope you all enjoyed this one. Heir of Carthage signing out for now. I'll see you next time as we continue to fight the vampires.